just auto hit the live button.
It's
Also,
all
so
You
right.
better fucking go unlive.
we could mute for the first 10 minutes of the
Unlive.
No, just like,
podcast because
but you know how he like does those like arm swings over like real slow and shit. Ruin was like, "Hey, bro, this is not Buck. Stop doing this." Blah 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 blah. And then I don't know. Miho was just talking about like Ches can't just keep saying that he's the only one that created this and shit like that. And like, yeah, just a bunch of shit, bro. It's a lot going on in the Crump world. It's a lot going on in the streamer world. It's a lot going on in the whole world. Fucking Trump called out Biden on a $1 million golf charity tournament. There's a lot going on in the world, bro.
That shit was funny.
Did you see that shit?
That just retarded, bro.
He said he would give him 20 fucking strokes.
Bro,
Shit, I'll give anybody.
I hope somebody come and give me 20 strokes, dude.
What's happening in the presidential level? What the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to give somebody those presidential strokes. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Listen. Hear me and hear me good. When on the whole Crump. Well, first off, this is the Usual Tuesday podcast brought to you by yours truly, Big Korpsx, and I'm joined and like usual by the wonderful, handsome, powerful, and just charismatic Save 1 and 0%. But fucking dude, like Crump is so weird right now. Like I literally watched dudes make posts about not inheriting people's beef, and then like just I'm just about this Crump shit, or I'm just this, or just doing that, and then they just behave so differently. You know what I mean? Like not even a few weeks later. And I think a lot of it is like silent cries for help. And then other parts are some of these young men have had nothing else to like dream or aim for really in life. You know what I mean? Like they could get the good job. That's not the problem. You know what I mean? Like they can get a good job, but there's nothing that really drives them. You know what I mean? Like really gets them out the bed and gets it going the way that Crump does. They don't have status and friends and social, I don't even know how to put it, like social, like they have a social class because of Crump and in Crump only. Outside of it, they're nobodies. They're nobody of stature. So it's like their whole identity is tied to this Crump shit, which is cool. I'm a buckhead, right? I can go months without crumping, bro, and you give me 3 to 4 weeks, bro, and I'm back in full swing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, dog. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
No, fuck that, because even with these streamers, bro, right? Like I've been seeing some of this shit too, like on Twitter and shit about like these streamers, man, and I'm just kind of like, famo, I'm like, y'all swear these people don't have lives outside of this fucking shit.
That's the big thing, right? It's like especially with the whole sketch situation going on. And do you know about this, Korpsx?
So stop me when I'm wrong. From what I understand is that Sketch is one of these dudes who's another one of those in real life streamers, right? And
no, he was actually a gaming streamer first.
Mm-hmm. I think he does IRL content sometimes.
He does IRL content now that he's blown up. So he's been on like a lot of podcasts and IRL streams, but he started off as like a sports. He was a Madden player on Twitch.
Okay, and so he lived some kind of like he has this like whatever persona that he's got going on, and then I guess somebody like found his old OnlyFans page or like let it be known that he was like an OnlyFans creator and was doing boy on boy scenes from what I'm picking up. I don't know too much about it, but was doing like boy on boy scenes. I know he said something along the lines of like, yeah, this was when I was younger and I was doing like a lot of drugs and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I mean, it's from 2 years ago. He came out and admitted to it and was like, cat's out the bag. And he made jokes about it, which was fucking hilarious. But
Yeah, it was
like
funny.
you said, he's not fucking hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Like if it was some weirdo shit, like how we talked about the Dr. Disrespect shit, right? Like that's
weirdo.
That's hurting somebody. You know what I mean? In the long run, because you're talking to a minor. But yeah, so what? You know, he sucked a little dick. Who cares? You know, like I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I scoured Twitter to try and find the video, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yo, what the fuck? That's kind of wild.
I needed the evidence. I was curious.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I will say, out of all things, like things shock me. Obviously, it's the internet, and I think it gets increasingly become harder to shock, people on the internet. That was shocking. I did not. That was not on my 2024 bingo card, bro.
Yeah, when my boy messaged about it in the morning yesterday, and I was like, nah. So as soon as I opened Twitter, it was like all over the place. Boom, 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 boom. And I saw like these pictures and shit like that. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then I saw, like Jinxie came out with a video, and I think FaZe Banks came out with a couple tweets, and I was like, holy shit, this shit's real. And then I got a notification. I saw the Jinxie video that he admitted to it, and I like Sketch. He's cool. I've always said he's one of the most genuine. Like even when the cameras are off, like there's still cameras on him, obviously, but I don't think he realizes that cameras are on him. Like he's still a nice dude. You know what I mean? I've never seen any videos of him turning down pictures with fans or signing anything with fans, and he's always very like he introduces himself by his actual first name and not Sketch. Like he seems like a very genuine and humble dude, and I think he said that he had a lot of addiction problems, and a lot of times, bro, people that go through those types of issues wind up being that type of person, and I think it's very genuine, and I think it's very humble, and I don't see any issue with it. That wasn't for people to see. You know what I mean? And then people tried to demonize him.
Can I ask, like, did he ever put off the notion or like downplay OnlyFans creators?
I don't think so. No.
Nope.
Okay, I mean, then I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's one thing if he was like an Andrew Tate, or what's the dude's name from the Fresh and Fit? Myron or whatever, that dude.
Yeah.
I hate that dude, bro.
I don't like him.
I fucking hate that. Andrew Tate, I don't have that big of a problem with, except for now that he's saying the N-word all over fucking Twitter. That should I'm like, what the? Yeah, bro. Like hard R. Like I could probably pull up his Twitter right now, and he's probably said it within the last 3 days. I swear to God.
But
it's constant. It's crazy.
Does he have any like justification or reasoning for it? I feel like he always has like even if it's some dumbass reasoning, I feel like he always has some reasoning.
Not for that. And it's like it's abrasive. And he's an abrasive dude, right? But it's just like out of the nowhere, and it's just I don't understand it. Like, let me see. Hold on. Obviously, I'm not gonna read the whole tweet out loud, but
I'm gonna Google Andrew Tate drops M-bomb.
Yeah, I promise you, it was not that long ago. I was looking at his Twitter the other day, and I saw it, and I was like, unless he removed it. Let me see.
I don't know, bro. That's crazy. I feel like even if it's some dumbass reasoning, it's always like we can't. I don't even know what dumbass reasoning he would give it, but I don't personally like him that much. I think he's the messaging is whatever.
There was a tweet from it says say one word in Latin, and he literally just posts the word, and that was posted 5/23/2024.
No, I think he's done another one like since then.
Do you guys want me to screen share this?
No, please don't.
That would be.
There's another one. It looks like he deleted it. It looks like he deleted it.
Oh my god, dude, that dude is out of control, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Can I share really quick just something I had emotionally happen in the past probably like 2 days, 2-3 days. I don't even know when this happened really. It's a good emotion.
Sorry.
So I don't know if I know Save knows. I don't know if Korpsx you've noticed. My eye is like I call it a lazy eye to be like short and sweet about it. But have you noticed that I have kind of like a lazy eye? Corpse.
I don't know. I just always thought it was the way you were looking at me.
Oh. Well, no. Well, I look at the screen, to be fair, so I'm never like looking directly at the camera. But anyway, long story short, my girlfriend was taking a nap like literally right next to me, and I just go on like because I've had some weird like pains in my eye, and I was like, I don't know what, like anything about the thing that I have that's going on with my eye, right? So I kind of started looking into it a little bit, and I realized that there's like obviously a lot of people. I knew I wasn't the only one in the world who had this, but I also didn't know that there was actually like a thing to it. There's a disease or like a syndrome to it. It's called Duane syndrome, and it typically happens on your left eye, which is what I have, and it's the lack of nerve, like a nerve within your eye that doesn't allow you to have motion to it. So there's like 3 stages. There's 1, 2, and 3. 1 being the least, which I think I have. 2 being like, 1 is like you can move in one direction but not the other, so I can't look left. 2 being that you can't look left or right. And then sums 3, it really depends on the how it was done, but a lot of the times people, when they have stage 3, their eyes completely like not
It's just like
they got them blue eyes. One blue that way, one blue this way.
Exactly. Like it's not cohesive with their shit at all. And
legit.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, you ain't cockeyed like that, bro. You Gucci.
No, bro, I'm absolutely blessed. And I've always said that because like I could see perfectly out both eyes, and I'm blessed for that. But something I didn't realize is that like I've never talked to anybody about this, and like nobody's been able to, like people will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," sympathize with me, but nobody can like understand how frustrating it is sometimes and how like it affects you. And growing up, like you're super like cautious about how you're looking at people. I've developed like things to help.
The way the way you always stand when you talk to me is like, and I'm like, bro, just talk normal. Jesus fucking Christ. I know your shit it's a little late to the party sometimes. But
no, but like that's the thing is that even sometimes subconsciously I develop these things that I'm like, I don't even notice I'm doing anymore because it's been years of development. So anyway, I'm going down this rabbit hole of like Duane syndrome, how to cure it. Is there a cure? Is there surgeries? What can I do? Physical therapy. Realistically, there's not too much I can do. It's a nerve that just either is lack of development or it's not there at all. So there's not too much you can really do to that. But then I found like YouTube videos of people who had it, and seeing people who had it for the first time and like talking about it and like having the same experience was so cool, and is not something that I'd ever felt about my eye. And it literally like had me in tears, bro. I was like crying. My girlfriend was like sleeping next to me. I was crying because I was like, I didn't know I needed that like relief of like somebody just being like, I have it. Like I saw this probably like 40-year-old or 30-year-old's YouTube videos where she's like, I've had it for years, I got picked on a little bit, but like I looked at the camera and I was like, I want to make YouTube videos and it's okay that I have this. And I was like, damn, bro, like that was just so cool to me. And so I just want to share that. I thought that was really nice.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you found a little fucking community of people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had heard
a little community of people is crazy.
Like little community of people. Like
it's probably a lot of people. Like it's probably not a little community. It's probably a lot more people than you think it is.
Bro, listen, the comment section was crazy. Like seeing everybody who was like, "Oh my god!" Like I cried to this video. Like not knowing. I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Just like watching all these people communicate about the same experience was crazy.
I don't look at everybody's car and wonder, "Damn, are their tires aligned properly?" So when I'm looking at somebody's eyes, I don't think like, "Damn, let me check this out." Like these motherfuckers looking at me straight. Like it's just something that doesn't come to my mind. So it's like to think. The only time I ever really asked somebody about it, I swear on my life, they were saying that because their glasses, right? Their glasses were weird. And I asked him, like, why is their glasses like that? And he's like, oh, well, my eye, he said that his eye would wander, right? Like it would drift off, but his glasses, for whatever reason, was like helping strengthen his eyes or some shit.
Yeah,
or
that's how my glasses are. So
right, and it helps
when I read, my eye goes like this, but only when I read. Like when I'm focusing on something, it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So my glasses are meant for my eyes to stay aligned.
Oh, that's cool.
And I did a test.
I thought I
one
told
time.
you that, D, when you told me about your eye. I was like, oh yeah, my eye does that, but the other way.
No, I don't remember that.
But only when I'm reading, like when I read something and I'm trying to
Yeah.
focus.
Do you see double when
Yes.
like let's say you don't have your glasses? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's why I have to
interesting.
close one eye or squint when I'm
I
trying to read. Something.
I read sideways. Have you ever seen me like looking at my phone? I'm always looking.
Yeah,
like,
all the time.
sideways. Yeah.
That's how you look at me too. You're like,
That's because I'm giving you a little side eye.
fuck you.
Hey, yeah. Well, no, that's. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to like sound demeaning with your
No.
your, like little community, but I'm glad you
No,
found like
it
a
is small.
groove.
I mean, there's like I don't.
No, I
know
was just kidding
anybody-
about the little community. Corpse, I had to give you a hard time.
No, but I do hate when people are like, "Oh, do you still do your little
Your
podcast?"
little
I'm like,
thing.
"Fuck you, bitch! This is a like fuck you." Fucking
Yeah.
cunt.
No, but I mean, it is a little community. There's only like videos that have a couple thousand views, which is a lot of people. But like, in my lifetime, when am I gonna meet one of those 1,000 people? Which it was just crazy to see that there was like an experience that a lot of people had.
I just imagine your Google algorithm right now, or like your Instagram algorithm right now. It's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like a bunch of
All eye shit,
people.
definitely-
optometrist shit.
It's definitely Google. Yeah,
Like,
I
come get
googled
glasses.
Yeah.
No, my
Glasses
YouTube-
can probably help. I don't understand why you haven't tried to get glasses.
I went to like an optometrist, and they've just never suggested glasses, and so I've never really brought it up. I mean, my eyes work perfectly fine. Like I can read through both of them perfectly fine. So yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say they work perfectly fine.
I mean, like basically, it's like 2020-ish, but yeah, it was really crazy. It just took me out emotionally
That's
for a little
sweet.
bit there.
That's sweet.
Thank
All right,
you.
so let me ask you guys this. So Shark Week is up, right? And you guys know Peanut loves fucking
man.
sharks.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Peanut loves sharks. And so yesterday we were watching this shark show. And they were like, oh, we're trying to find the alpha shark and this and that. Blah, blah, blah. So they run these sharks through like tests. And so we're like watching the show, and halfway into the show, they're like, oh, like now we got to see who the sexually dominant shark is. Right. So I'm like watching this shit, and I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, fuck, I got to figure out a way to turn this off and tell Peanut, like, hey, we got to watch something else. But then I was like, nah, like, I don't have to change this, And they were talking about sharks. They have what's called claspers, which are their two penises that are underneath their body.
They have two of those things.
They got two of them things, dog. And the
They got
biggest one they
spare?
got was like 23 inches, and that motherfucker was like, damn. And
Get a little bit of that shark bait.
so Peanut was like, I don't remember what I said to him. I said something to him, and he was like, oh yeah. And he was like, well, how come the girl ones don't have claspers? And I was like, oh, because girls don't have penises. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, that's why they sit down when they pee. And he was like, oh, like mommy. And I was like, yes. And then he said, well, what do they have? And I said, we'll talk about that a different day. But then like they were like, oh yeah, as the shark tries to perform and like bites the other one and is trying, and I was like, oh fuck, they're about to show these sharks fucking on the TV, and then I'm gonna have to really explain.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, like, what's the appropriate age for? Because remember when you used to watch movies and like a sex scene would come on and your mom would be like, cover your eyes, like, and then
And then you just be
have to
like,
cover your yeah. Like, what's the appropriate age for him to like know? Or kind of have an idea.
I think it's hard. I think it's progressively.
Because
Younger.
he knows like man, woman, baby. Like he knows that. You know what I mean? Like he knows man, woman, baby, but he don't know how. He don't know how, baby. He just knows man, woman, baby, and he knows that boys have penises.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's a healthy level of education at this point.
I think so too. And I always tell him, like, now that he's bigger and going to the bathroom, like, because he pulls his pants down to his knees to go pee, and I'm like, can't do that in public,
Can't be doing that.
bud. Like, we can't do that anymore. So you gotta like learn how to
Whip it out.
pull the front down.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little peepee, so it's hard for him. You know what I mean? But I'm like, hey, you can't show other people your peepee. You know, we can't do that.
Hide it.
Yeah, you got. You said what?
I said that's an offense the older you get.
Yeah. You don't want to show. You know, it's cute. It's cute till you're 16, and then when you're 16, it's like kind of scary.
Yeah.
So sure. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
When did you wait? When did you know? When did you like? Okay, I got.
I knew way. I knew a lot. I knew 7 years old, probably, dog. And that's the thing. Is Peanut's gonna be 7 next year.
But how did you find out?
Elementary school.
Like what? Your friends were like, oh,
like kids talking.
Or like what?
Kids talking, and I'd be like, oh, what's that? And they were like,
yeah.
You know, like stupid shit like that. You know, like kids that had older brothers and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever really had that conversation with my parents. You know, like, and I've had these type of conversations because I got sucked into like TikTok debates at one point. And there was a group who were talking about like sex ed, right? Being through K through 12. And I had to get in there and kind of like be like,
oh yeah, you did talk about this.
Like, right? Like I talked about it briefly. I was like, hey, here. Just concerned parent, right? Like concerned parent. What the fuck are y'all talking about right now? Like, what do you mean sex ed K through 12? Like, no one needs to be talking to my kid about sex and what it does or what it feels like or why, no.
Yeah, at least give me the opportunity to do it first.
Well, not only that, but there's
at an appropriate age.
Let's just say, right? Let's take something that we do as parents all the time, is feeding our children. And one way to coax our children into eating these foods they maybe never have tried is we tell them how good it is, the sensations that come along with it, right? Oh, I remember the first time I had this food, or oh, this is the one, you know, I would eat all the time with my daddy. And it coaxes them into. Do you get where I'm going? Like it coaxes them into.
I actually just did this with Peanut. He had fish tacos for the first time yesterday because I did that.
So we have a conversation. So we have these conversations with them surrounding these activities. And the thing is I think there's too much of a focus like on it's okay, it's all right, instead of being like, but we don't do this yet. Like, you know what I mean?
Do you remember what sex ed was like for us when we were kids? It was like, if you fuck without a rubber, you're going to get gonorrhea, chlamydia, you're going to get herpes. Look at all these fucking bumps. You want your asshole to look like, and I was like, I don't want to fuck.
AIDS.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
AIDS. AIDS, bro. They had me at AIDS, bro. I was like, oh, no. Just don't fucking, I don't care about the banana. like this banana thing that you're putting the little plastic bag
now
on.
Now Korpsx is like, maybe AIDS. Maybe AIDS isn't too bad.
Might be.
Look at Magic Johnson. It's seasonal. If it's hot outside, we're not fucking, okay?
Yeah.
You can only fuck when it's cold because AIDS doesn't come out in the cold.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just, I think there's a certain level of stuff where it's like, I think kids should know what the proper names of their anatomy is, right? Like, there's that type of stuff. There's also kind of like
that's different, right? Like that's like that's you. It's your body. You know what I mean? It's not you and somebody else.
Somebody else's body. Now that needs. I think that's just when's the right time to talk to them about it? I think there's. I think there's like a weird line of like being proactive and reactive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, oh, well, my kid watched Animal Planet. I should just talk to them about fucking sex already. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no. Actually, I think there is a cool timing behind that talk when children become curious. You know, and they're wondering, maybe they watched it on, because I mean, if we're controlling everything they watch, if we're controlling everything that they read and that they're listening to, and if this still slips through, right, then we've either failed as a parent to filter the content that they absorb, or they've just reached that point where they're going to start asking these questions.
Yeah.
right? And so
Do you remember the first time you ever saw porn?
yeah, I do.
On the good old World Wide Web, bro. Like,
No. The
nah,
first
you
time
saw a magazine. Oh no, first time yeah, that wasn't. I saw the VHSs at the liquor store.
my buddy goes, "Hey, my uncle has a porno book," and I was like, "Oh, what?" He's like, "It's Playboy." I was like, "Play like who?" And they're like, "Dude, just come look." And we went and we looked, and yeah, it was like a little porno magazine. And I was like, "Where the fuck do you buy this?" And that's when he busted out a VHS, bro. It was I got the whole whammy. So then he busted out the
The
VHS,
book and the VHS on the day.
bro. I
Man.
had no
You're
preparation.
overloaded.
Yeah, dude. And I was like in third grade, and then when he popped it in, I was like, "Okay,
Yeah,
all right."
now it's weird because you got a boner with your friend, you know.
It's like I
It's
don't even
weirder
know,
for him to put the tape in, though. To be honest, let's be honest.
bro.
You never watched. Wait. You never watched porn with your friend before?
No, no, nope, never happened.
Wow. I think it's a generational thing. Because I've definitely watched a VHS with my buddy before.
That's
Like we didn't
crazy.
like beat off to it or
I
anything.
was gonna say
We're just
beginning
like,
to
yo,
end.
look-
How
No,
long?
no, no.
That's crazy.
Amazing Asians, bro. You never seen Amazing Asians?
No.
No, I'm just playing. But I remember like I was at the homie's house and this was like maybe 5th or 6th grade. And his mom was gone and he was like, yo, look, I found this website. And it was like MILF Hunter or some shit like
my
that.
God.
Ah,
Milf
Milf
Hunter.
Hunter.
Oh,
Shout
Milf
out
Hunter.
Milf Hunter, bro. Y'all made a lot of
Sponsor
young
us.
men happy.
What the fuck?
But yeah, I remember like I was like, okay, now I know this website. I'm gonna go check it out at the crib one day, you know. So I remember being at the house, old school fucking computer, typed in MILF Hunter, bro. All these fucking ads started popping up on the
Oh
screen,
shit! How
and I'm
scary.
like, oh fuck, like I just broke the computer,
The
and,
noisy ads were the worst, bro.
bro.
Loud
Oh my god, bro! I'd stress out. I'm like,
for no
fuck.
reason. It's like there's no foreplay ads. There's
It
like
tra-
none of them at dinner before it happens.
It's just like,
It
mid-stroke.
traumatized me.
Like,
It traumatized me so bad that I've lived by myself for like the last 4 years. And even if I watch porn on my phone, I still turn my phone all the way down first to watch porn, and then I find a video and then I turn it up, or I still to this day put headphones in my ears.
Bro, listen,
Much
at
more.
the
Gotta get
apartment when I
immersive,
had
bro.
my apartment and the first time I whacked off, I put in headphones. I had my AirPods in. I was like, what am I doing? Like afterwards, like that clarity was like, I'm like 30 years old. What am I doing? Like, I have headphones and I live by myself. Like I'm literally sleeping on a mattress that lays on the floor directly. Like, fuck, I gotta get my act together.
Yeah, hey, those are the best mattresses.
I remember the first time. Did I tell? I don't know if I've told the story on a PSP and a PlayStation Portable, and you were able to do like wallpapers. There was like these wallpaper theme packs, and I remember there was this like lewd one, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, are you serious?" So these girls in like bras and like panties, obviously nothing crazy, and then I realized that you can web search on your PSP. And that changed the whole game because I was like, "Oh my god, Google boobs," and that was it. It was done, bro. It was
You had
over.
boobs as your background on your
No, but I
PSP?
just like that's the first time that I saw it. But I did see that I did have like the lewd like background for a little while, but it was only like when I was feeling hella daring and I knew nobody was gonna be around for a while, so I would just put that shit on and then I'd be playing my games and then like go to the home screen whenever I wanted. And
Did you beat off to your home screen?
I don't think so. I didn't actually like beat off at any point until way later. It wasn't until a long time, like years later.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's,
When I saw
that's
my first like porno, like video.
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that like I I can understand where people say that pornos and porn in general, right, can fuck up a relationship. I get where people get that, right? But they say like
We
it's
talked about this
destroying.
before.
Yeah, and we have, right? At length. But like I don't get where people come to these things of like it's destroying men, right? Like that as if it's demasculating us or that it's like I could more accept the notion of like it changes our aspect on sex, right? Like people believe sex it's like porno sex, like that's what's sex, like no belly to belly missionary, like you know what I mean, like no fucking
Belly to belly.
Wait, sex for you guys is not like how you guys watch it on porn?
No,
no,
bro. I'm not doing the McChicken position.
no.
Damn, that's crazy.
If you're
Like,
into that, that's
I mean,
great.
that's what my whole model is based off of. Is that? That's what
The
I'm.
model.
That's what sex was.
See, and that's where I can see where people say, "Hey, bro, like you know these like dudes and gals think that porno sex is what sex is supposed to be like."
Maybe I just watch like vanilla ass pornos.
That's where I play devil advocate, and I'm like, "Whoa, bro!" But not everybody's in the stepmom category. You know what I mean? Not everybody's in the stepsister stuck in washer category, or
Yeah, I
the
don't like those kinds.
think about those like rough ones, bro. Y'all know what I'm saying, like. And I don't want to be like I just feel gross talking about it, like the rough shit, like nasty rough shit, like bro, like that's not sex.
Wait, why you? Yeah, hold the fuck on. Every once in a while, that's okay.
Bro, I'm talking
No,
about
but I think he's talking about like crazy shit.
like fist blasting her while she's tied up to the
Whoa.
ceiling,
no.
bro. Like
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not putting like a fist in the ass and a fist in the pussy and like.
you know, like
and
crazy
then
shit,
Pauly D fist
bro.
pumping.
Yeah,
Or bro, like the cucks, like dudes who are cucks, like
You watching? You see, you're talking about porn. I don't think anybody here watches.
I
You watch
met
that shit?
one.
You met?
I
a
met
cuck?
one in real life.
Wait, a
Yes,
cuck?
yes, in real life time. And it made me very curious. Like, bro, if I just met you in the wild, like, where
in
else
the
are
wild?
they? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where else are they in this world? You know what I mean? I know we know a list of dudes who would stay with a girl that's cheated on him a few times.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the difference between that and like a girl that's open to a threesome?
No, that's huge difference because
Why?
cucks
Because
like
technically they're still watching you fuck somebody else.
No, cucks
yeah, but it's not.
don't
Yeah,
participate.
it's not. Yeah, he's just like jerking.
Oh,
off
let me ask you
porn.
this: if there was a girl that you were seeing, right, and she was like, "I want to watch you fuck another girl, and I'll pick her,"
That's cuckold.
you're gonna be like, "I know
You're
what it
cucking
is,
her.
motherfucker."
Oh,
I'm just saying, you're gonna be like, "I don't know, that's weird."
Yeah,
is
that's
weird.
going to be a little. That's
It
a
is
little
weird.
weird.
But would you do it?
Cisco's-
No,
Cisco
it's
thought
a
we were
trap.
gonna say yes automatically,
trap.
bro.
It's a trap. It's a trap, dude.
See,
If
okay,
no,
wait.
no, I don't
But
think it's a
that's
trap.
why
Even if
you're.
it's-
That's why you're saying no to it though, because you know. See, okay, you and I are on the same page when it comes to this because I've said no to threesomes for this reason,
Mhm.
right? Like, I know that if we bring another woman in the bed and you at any point see me enjoying myself or
Mhm,
putting
mhm.
my dick anywhere close to her or anything,
Giving too much
now
attention.
now you have to live with that image in your head, and I'm the one who has to deal with the consequences because you wanted to do this, and that's not fair at all. I 100% agree to that, and that's why I will not do it.
So I can get where people get there, right? I can get where people get there, right? I was 19, 20 years old, party on ecstasy all the time. Like I get how people get there, right? I fucking give me a massage, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Fucking going
Damn,
crazy,
bro, huh? Give me a
Like,
massage, bro. It's
Yo.
crazy.
bro.
Give me a massage,
Little-
bro.
Hey,
a
shout
little
out my dude
sketchy.
Sketch. My dude Sketch knows what's good. No, I'm just saying. Hey,
out,
you know what I'm
Sketch.
saying? From time to time, you just fucking like people get a little people get a little wild. But the thing is, I was 19, 18, 20 doing really in that phase. You know what I'm saying? And in that phase when I was seeing someone, marriage wasn't like in the forefront of my mind. Like, you know what I mean? And now if I'm dating somebody, it's because I want to marry. Like I want to settle down and
Yeah,
build
you're
something
long
with
term.
like
Yeah.
I'm thinking way out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a trap. Like, why would I do that? Like 19-year-old me would have been like, yeah, sure, whatever. But you know, almost
But what if your girl likes girls too? You know what I mean? That's
I'm not
another
dating
thing.
her. I'm not I can't get to that point because I wouldn't date her.
You wouldn't date a girl that likes girls too?
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Wait, why? What if y'all
Interesting.
like super hit it off and then she's like, but I also like
Yeah,
girls.
what if like 3 months in she's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm attracted to girls too, or like I would mess around with a girl.
Nah, I would like that's kind of like, are you a freak? Like if
What the
like if
fuck?
you're just a freak, like
He's
you
like,
freaky
then
like
I'm
that.
then I'm considering.
Whatever.
Oh.
What? Sure,
Yo,
you've kissed a
what?
couple girls while you were drunk. Whatever. Like you
All
know what I
right,
mean.
Katy
I've seen
Perry.
it a million times. Um, but if she's like if she is like, let's say I met somebody right, and we're hitting it off, whatever. But in somewhere between then and now, like she said, like, oh, like when I met you, I was also actively pursuing this girl, or oh, like I had a date with this girl, or you know what I'm saying, like type shit. I would back off. That's not my thing because I can't worry about dudes and girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't be in competition with all these people. It's just going to cause me mass anxiety.
The
Okay.
Like,
world is her
Well,
oyster.
okay, this is
the
a
world is
good
her oyster.
question.
Yes, sir.
This is a good question then, because based off of what you just said. So, when do you feel that the competition is over, or do you feel like that you're always in constant competition when you're seeing somebody?
I don't feel like, well, I'm not going to feel like I'm in competition with another person when I'm dating somebody. Who I'm in competition with, though, is myself. Like, I need to be able to assess myself after so much time and think, like, okay, like, since I've met this person and since I've been seeing this person, like, am I in the gym more? Or am I in it less? And why? Right? Am I in the gym more because they're frustrating me? Or am I in the gym more because they're like, hey, you know what? It makes me happy when I see you go into the gym. I see what it does for you. You know, they speak life into it. Then I'm going to be in the gym more because that makes they not only enjoy the sight of it, but I enjoy the doing of it. Right? Am I in a better position in my workplace? Right? Am I pushing harder for that promotion? Is it making me say, fuck it, I'll pick up a Saturday? And she's cool with that, like, you know what I mean, and good with that. Then it's like, yeah, you know, like I'm more in competition.
Wait. But if she wasn't cool with you picking up a Saturday, isn't that an issue?
It's going to become an issue.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to become one.
I agree with you on the competition thing. Like, it might sound braggadocious or cocky or whatever, but there is no competition. It's either you want to kick it with me or you don't. Like, if you want to be with somebody else, by all means. Like, I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Like, go.
My thing is too. I think a lot of people these days forget that there's a point of entrance. You know, like there's a toll to pay to get in to the conversation of being in a relationship with someone. Right. And I think one of those prices you pay is that, okay, now that I'm in a relationship with someone, they won the competition. That whole competing for my time and my attention and blah, 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 that's over when you decide to be with someone, right? Because that's like where loyalty comes from. That's where, you know, the expectation of spending time comes from, because that is supposed to be done with already, right? But if I'm being made to feel a way to provoke certain actions out of me or provoke certain reactions out of me, no way, no fucking shot. I'll burn this bitch down. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
What do you think, D?
No, I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying, basically. I think there's a certain element of like, I don't know, and maybe I guess I haven't thought this through all of the way, but I think there is an element of like, you should be scared to, not in terms of like competition, like you shouldn't be competing with an actual person, because if somebody's like, oh yeah, Jeffrey's like, you know, pretty cool, and you feel like that's competition, that's kind of fucked, and you shouldn't feel that way. But overall, generally, I feel like there should be a level of like, if I fuck around too much, I'm going to lose this person. So I have to do my best to be able to, like, you know, communicate with them and do my best, and like maybe not pick up a Saturday because they want some, you know, time with me, or because maybe I've been going a little too hard in trying to get that promotion. I need to balance that out a little bit for the overall health. Or if you want to go balls to the wall and like, you know what, hunker down and say, listen, I need to do this for the next 4 to 5 months. So we're going to live a better life in the long term. And that's what I need to do. So I need you to not be on my case when I have to pick up a shift or I have to do extra outside of that's the what I mean by like competition, just always improving. Cause like you guys said, with yourself, like always measuring up to what you are.
I agree with the second part of that statement way more than I agree with the first part of it.
No, because what if? Because like to be fair, it's like, is the promotion that you're gonna get in 5 months worth your relationship when you could have maybe waited 10 and gotten the same one, and now you have a better overall?
Absolutely, it is.
I don't think so. Because what if your relationship with a person that you really wanted to be with is now in way worse condition because you just went so hard without either communicating with them properly, or you just kind of disregarded what they were going to feel, even if it is in the short to medium term.
Well, I think the reason that you and I view this differently is because I don't think you need a partner for life, and if there's somebody that's willing to stand by you while you're working for what you want, then that's who needs to be next to you.
Yes.
Like if they understand your goals and what you want to do, and they're willing to watch you go through it and still stand by your side to go through it, that's who needs to be by your side, not the person that you need to back off from what you want to do to make this person happy. That's not who needs. That's not who needs to be around.
No, not happening.
Because if they're like, oh, you're working so much, like I wish we could just spend time together. You knew what it was when you signed up. I had this job. You knew that I was trying to go for this position. You knew that this is what I've been striving for. You know what's going to happen when I get there. I'm going to have more time for you. If I take off the brakes now and spend more time with you, it's going to take longer for me, for my goals, what I have set for myself. Because at the end of the day, you're not buried in the same casket at me. We don't go through the same trials and tribulations. You don't know what thoughts go on in my head. So,
well, no, just at the end, bro, like, fuck that, right? Like, though all that's true, you are getting what you want at my detriment. So where does that where is that trade-off?
But that's what like compromise is.
So okay, so where is that compromise? Right?
Well,
when it comes to work and time spent.
Yeah, because all I heard you say was that I have to stop doing what I want to do to make this person happy. So where's the compromise?
Yes, to be fair, I mean I'm talking about one side of the conversation currently, and on the back half, because like it is up to you to then bear the standards of like, okay, I'm doing this. This is my sacrifice to what we need to get done. It's going to take me a little bit longer, but if in the medium to short term, it's going to be medium to short term to even long term, actually, it's just going to be good for the overall health of the relationship. There are some things that I need you to do as well on your end to be able to satisfy what I need. And that is, more flexibility to work or like do XYZ, maybe not spend as much time on certain days and more on others. It really depends on like what exactly we're talking about. But I was just talking about the first half. But then secondarily, I feel like that's what you guys talk about like marriage and how it used to be. I feel like that's the improved version of just like kind of suck it up, take it, and like we'll figure it out later. And I'm going to get this promotion or whatever it may be to be able to better us in the long term without necessarily properly communicating that with you and seeing your point of view on certain things.
No. Nobody said anything about it not being communicated.
Well, not only communicated, but followed through when it comes to the compromises that another person might need at the detriment of your overall goals in as fast as you might want them.
Well, yeah, because I believe my goals have been there before you have been there.
That's true, but there's a lot of things that was there before them that you're willing to compromise to.
Like what?
I would just imagine there are like people in your life that you had flirtatious, conversations with that you're willing to cut off. There's certain actions that you're willing to not take with.
Yeah, but I don't think that's compromise. That's just standard.
That's the point of entrance. That's the point of entrance.
But that's standard.
It's
like if I'm going to talk to you, I'm not going to compromise and be like, all right, I'm talking to you now. Bye bye, other women.
No,
like,
just
that's just
compromise in terms of like that's the sacrifice because you're obviously choosing because this person is a better fit for your life for whatever reason. You just think this person is better than the other people that you're talking to in so much that you're just willing to have them as your partner. And then the sacrifice is that you're no longer going to be talking to any of the other people. Ideally, that's like a sacrifice. It's like, I guess not compromise is a bad word for it.
I think sacrifice is a bad word too.
But this
sacrifice is like you're sad that this is going away. Like I have to get rid of this.
Well, no, because sacrifice is you're willing to give up something of some sort of meaning. If you were talking to those girls or whoever it may be, for no reason, like if it was really no reason, you wouldn't be talking to them. You know what I mean?
So like
There's a reason.
so we can get very situational, right? But let's just stick with time on this. Stick with me on this, and because I hear you, Zero. But this is kind of where how I get to where I am with my life, right? Like, you know, we already know, seeing like, you know, did this whole raising the kids by myself, all this shit. Like, I quickly learned that at the end of the day, people are going to want to do what they want to do, and I need to do what I want to do, right? They're People are going to do and make the best choices to have their life for the future and set up for the future. And sometimes those plans do and do not include you. And that's okay. So when I apply and see, my grace is given, so grace needs to be delivered to I. So if you're dealing with me, right, these are going to be the things I'm gonna want a certain position to hold in my work, right? Not negotiable. There's going to be a certain amount of dancing I want to do. And you guys know this, right? Because we've changed up the schedule. It's not negotiable, right? Like, I don't care what days the other day we record on. I don't give a fuck. Just that Tuesday, though, I'm going to the Beast Camp, not negotiable, right? Like, the podcast itself, no one's gonna muzzle me or be like, can you not make those jokes? Or like, no one's gonna muzzle me, right? This is a show that we put on and that we're trying to entertain, and half this shit we're just fucking coming off the top of the dome. No.
100% of this shit.
Like 99% of the shit, I did not think about it before I said it. So it's like, so these are just non-negotiables, because the thing that I always hit with
Negotiable.
I've been thinking the same thing, bro.
Negotiable. Non-negotiable.
non-negotiable. What did I say?
Okay.
Negotiable.
I wasn't gonna say anything because I didn't think you were gonna say it again. But then I was
No, but
trying to
we
look at
We
D.
understand that.
I was trying to look at.
We
D,
understand
like,
that. Yes.
See if him and I, who was gonna say it between him and I was like, if he says it one more time, I'm gonna get him.
If you guys haven't noticed, I'm
It's
a little
okay.
retarded, but it's okay.
No.
Fucking, but
No,
what
you're
we
good.
always smash into is that stupid fucking meme. Is if they want to, they'll make time, and it's like, I have the same 24 hours, like you have the same 24 hours, right? And in my 24 hours that turn into 48, that turn into 72, no, I do not have the time, right? But
Yeah.
on that 73rd hour, when I see you, how are we spending the time? Is it being a drag to each other? Is it loaded with the bullshit arguments and the fucking fuckery? Or are we having a good time, enjoying ourselves, doing the things that we want to do, one, or two, bettering our lives, so that one, the gap of time spent starts getting, or the time away starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, because the thing about it, the way I look at it is that, I mean, at the end of the day, it's however you and your partner want to be, right? Whatever works best for you and your partner. And I'm not like directing it directly to you, Zero, but I'm just saying in general, like however you and your partner want to be. But I will say I have seen it plenty and many a times before when people try and do like all, like, I'm not saying you don't have to compromise in relationships. You absolutely have to, and that's in all relationships, friendships, family relationships, and partnerships. But what I'm saying is, I've seen it so many times where one person will view it that way more than the other person and will completely break their back and ruin relationships with other people to make this person happy and those types of things, that at some point they begin resenting. They begin allowing things to slip out of their fingers. They realize that they're getting older and that they're not in the position that they want to be. They realize that that time now is starting to shrink and their dreams are getting further and further away from them, all because they're allowing somebody that's replaceable to make these decisions for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I refuse to let that happen. So when you start talking to somebody, you communicate these things like, hey, this is how I function. This is my goals. This is what I want to do in life. And after all that communicating, and also it's like the standard of how you are, right? Like your aura and like how you are when you're around people, and people can see it, bro. People can see when you stand on business and shit like that. If that person still wants to be by your side after seeing all of that, then that's who needs to be by your side, first and foremost. Second of all, they will understand and they won't question your motives and things of that nature when it comes time down to, hey, I'm picking up an extra shift. Hey, I'm going to stay at work later today because I we got to get this extra money because, I want to move us into a bigger place, or I want to get you a better car. Like, she's not going to complain when I say that. You know what I mean? So it ultimately, it just really depends down to how you and your partner want to be. But I'm no longer going to allow anybody to stand in the way of the direction that I'm going to go, no matter what type of relationship it is.
And I can see, right, like, especially with some of Damo's example, right? Like, I can definitely see, like, we're like, yeah, well, you know what? Well, yeah, like, yeah, I'll compromise on that. Like, of course. Like, I think there is a lot of in save, I think just because of kind of like our fatherly positions and the things we've had to do, you know what I mean? I think this is kind of why we see it, because we're on our feet, like, we can feed our kids. They have a future if we continue on a certain path, right? Because our demise is impending. Like, we've talked about that, like, when our children are born, you know what I mean? Like, those things are very, I don't worry about their life, a doom of their life, as much as like, fuck, I'm dying and I gotta get them right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think about that so much. I know my kids are safe, all this stuff, right? Because I work a certain job and live a certain lifestyle that also permits that, So the compromise of me saying, like, well, hey, I'm not gonna go get drunk tonight and hang out with these fucking HIV infested fucking crab walkers.
AIDS.
Like AIDS, right? Like, they're like, we don't have to do that. But there is some stuff, and I think it's kind of what has been able to empower me to keep people at bay, or they just kind of like stayed away from me, where it's like, I have goals for my children, right? Like, I want them to be homeowners because I bought them houses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to pay for their college, like, I want them to have a college fund in the future in the case of my demise. You know what I'm saying? And if you can actively participate in that, or you can actively stay the fuck out my way. And that's just the only way I see it, because like,
and it's okay either way. It's okay either way.
It's okay. But what's not okay is you're not going to come over here and disrupt and knock me off my square because I'm trying to be square with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be on the level, be square with you about shit. And this is what it is. And people, I think they compromise more in their head than they do in action. Right. And I think that's a big, I don't even know how we got here, but that's a big, I don't even know how we got here, but that's how people fucking burn themselves out, because
they confuse compromise with bending over.
Yeah.
And like giving up. I'm not saying that's what you do. Again, I'm just talking.
I know you're not.
I just want to make sure, like, I don't want you to think anything's directed towards you. That's why.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A lot of times people think compromise is like, okay, well, in order to make her happy, she said that, I've been working a lot, so I gotta compromise and not pick up that extra shift so that I can spend time with her. That's my compromise. That's not a compromise. That's you doing what's being asked of you. A compromise is when there's an agreement and both parties benefit from it. Like, if you wanted to go and work and make extra money, and obviously you didn't want to hang out with this person on that day because you wanted to make extra money, so you're not compromising. You're just doing what's asked of you. It's a different, that's a different thing. So, but I think based off of what you were saying earlier, D, okay, so because I took this weekend off, that means that now you have to do something for me. That I guess is a compromise, but at the same time, I don't believe in eye for an eye.
That's
I don't believe in like, hey, I took last weekend off, so now make sure that you wash my clothes.
I just mean
you know what I mean? Like,
not even like that. Just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Understand that this is what the reason I'm doing this and the reason I'm giving it up, and also like what we need to do moving forward. Not necessarily like, I do this day, you do this next weekend because, like, wash my car because I lost out on this money. Not like that. I just mean like the function of the function of the mission is like, there's some compromise to be had there because you want to.
The function of the mission. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like,
wow.
Is there a girl there and we don't know?
Wow, that was a fucking mouthful. The function of the mission. Thank you. Thank you, Zero.
Wait, what happened?
Just because,
no, but you just got Corpse off. Bro.
I know, I just nutted there.
Yeah,
I'm so confused though.
Bro, I just want to say something real fast. We've dropped so much heat so far this episode.
Right now, yeah,
we're barely halfway through. We're barely halfway through. That's crazy.
Because it's like, because I feel like now save. I feel like with our mentalities, right? And I will say this openly: is with our mentalities, I feel like we can become consumed. Right, we can become those men who are too wrapped up in their careers, too wrapped up in their dancing, too wrapped up in the podcast.
I've been there before.
So, right, like how we're kind of talking about like what's compromise is like Damo said, it's like the okay, I'm not picking up this shift. Well, you're going to be fucking washing my clothes. That's a transaction because you give somebody the ability to either accept or deny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like compromise isn't like, oh, I'm gonna accept this or I'm gonna deny it. Like, no. We're making decisions that are gonna benefit the overarching function of our mission. What is the mission? To me, a mission is going to be, I'm gonna be a homeowner. My kids are gonna have homes. We're gonna have X amount of money in this fucking bank account. We're gonna be able to take X amount of vacations. You know, the going to the restaurant, don't even look at the bill, baby. Here. Like, why are you handing that to her? Give that to me. I don't need to look at it. Take it. Get the fuck out of it. Like, you know, like I want to be on that time. Maybe not do that exactly, but I want to be able to.
I want to be able to.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to have a 12-inch dick. I just want to be able to look at it. Just be like, look at this. You see that? That's me. That's all me.
You pass out with a 12-inch dick,
bro. But you know, the kids say, Dad, I want to do this summer camp with my buddies. I don't want to be like, well, I need to pick up another shift. Fuck. Like, I want to be in that position one day of my life. You know what I mean? And if they can't, well, please go. Please. I don't know. I kind of got on a little rant there. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I think both of you, ideally, I'm coming from a perspective of both of you understand where you're moving towards. And I guess I'm realizing that you guys are speaking from a place of, and correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, sounds like you guys are speaking from a place of new introduction of a person, of like, don't fuck me up. I'm on my trail. I'm on my thing. And like, if somebody new gets introduced, I don't need you to like fuck up where I'm going. But in my head, I'm coming at it as like, this person's been here for a while. And on new ventures, there's new structures that need to be in place. And
Indeed.
Not necessarily that like, I've been on this shit since we got together. It's like, well, no, I wanted to do something new. And now I need to know what that looks like within our relationship, and how it all, like how you're happy and I'm happy. So that way I might not be working as much as I want to, but I'm still moving towards it as quickly as I can, while also keeping you around because I think you're worth keeping around because you add something to my life.
Because I'll even go like this, right? Is let's say you got the wifey at home, you know what I mean, and she's taking care of the kids and this, that, and the third, and you're working, and she says, hey, you've been working a lot, and I want to see you come home on Saturdays now. You know what I mean? Then, the first immediate thing that runs into men's head, and I don't know if it ran into y'all's, is well, what about the bills?
I just said in my head, well, I can't do that.
Well, yeah, what about the bills? You know what I mean?
I can't do that.
And one day of work isn't a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of money. Like if you're getting paid in your $30 an hour range, it's not a lot of money, right?
$30 an hour? Where at? No,
well, no.
If even in the 20s, 30s, like it's when you put it on the grand scheme of what money people make, like it's nothing. It's crumbs. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
So sure. Okay. So baby, like, okay, so then our Thursday sushi dates, you know what I mean? Like, can we switch it maybe to McDonald's or something? You know what I mean? Because that's $120 tab to a $20 tab. You know,
McDonald's $20 for two people at McDonald's.
Yeah, but you're talking like 30.
Way more.
Boy, hey,
at least 30.
Value menus on deck, baby.
Yeah, that's with the value menu, bro. Where you been?
Hey, bro, I'll get 2 4-piece chicken nuggets, a small fry, and a large tea. I'm chilling. That's like $6, bro.
You're
I don't know about $6, but yeah, I don't know about $6.
The tax might be $6.
You can get a McDouble the McDouble, the
Yeah.
chicken
It's
nuggets, and a small
$2.50.
drink- and a small drink. They have the meal deal for
Oh,
it
for
right now.
$5. Yeah, it just
$5.
came out. It's $5.37. I know. I just got it. Yesterday.
Damn, he knows that shit off.
I've been shopping.
rip.
Hey, baby, I've been shopping. I keep.
Okay, well let me say something. I'm gonna disagree with D because it's not coming from a place of like new relationship, because this has actually happened to me in a long-term relationship where I did get a new career and my career did come first over my relationship. And it was like, because if I don't put this first, we're not going to be able to live in the place that you want to live. We're not going to be able to drive the cars you want to drive. We're not going to be able to eat the places that you want to eat. I'm not going to be able to buy
that too. Right?
And I'm not going to be able to wear the clothes that I want to wear.
Sure.
But notice how I said out of 4 things, the first 3 things are we're not going to be able to eat at the places you want to eat. We're not going to be able to drive the cars you want to drive. So that's my compromise. My compromise is I struggle, I work, I'm doing all the hard labor for you. That's my compromise.
But I think it still works with my model, because if that comes to the conclusion of like, you're not willing to not see me because you want to do all these things, then you can't be here. I'm not saying that you should like infinitely like, okay, I'll stay home. Okay, I'll stay home. Okay. It's like, bro, you want to get the fucking Gucci, you want to have a G-Wagon, you want to have all this bullshit, and maybe not to that high end, but like you want all this shit. It's like, it comes at a price tag, and you have to be willing to compromise on that. And that goes for both sides of like, yes, I'm not gonna be able to fucking see you that much because I'm doing other shit to provide you with the life that you want. Sure. But I think it really depends on what the mission is, like I said, like how that fits into your overall.
Well, sometimes the mission is to put the most money in your pocket. That's
Sometimes
what the
it
mission
is.
is. Sometimes that's not my mission anymore. That was my mission for a very
That's what
long
I'm saying.
time.
So sometimes, and to kind of go back to the analogy I said of like, you could do this promotion in 5 months and be in absolute hell, and everybody around you doesn't get to see you for the next 5 months, and you hunker down. Or you do 10 months, and not to say like 10 months, a year, whatever, but let's say you get to live a better 10 months. You get to be with family more. You get to be with your friends more. You get to be with your girlfriend.
I come from a train of teachings, or from a bloodline of sacrifice. That 5 months, that's the route that I want to go. I want to get it done faster. I want to rip the Band-Aid off. We're going to get it done in 5 months. And I'm going to be at the position where I want to be at faster. And it's worth it at the end of it. I'm going to sacrifice what I have to sacrifice in order to get it done and be where I need to be in 5 months.
But like ideally,
and then the rest is a breeze.
Well, that's
now
ideally,
everything after. Yeah, everything after.
But I think.
Well, you're saying ideally 10 months is going to.
Well,
it's going to be longer, and it's going to, you'll be happier. But mentally, I'm not going to be happier, because I'm going to be like, we're in month 8, and I'm going to be like, fuck, I could have got this done.
Wouldn't it be? Well, yeah. Wouldn't it be more likely that? Well, but ideally at month 8, you're getting the replenishment you need from the people around you that you're happy to be with, so that way you could keep going. Versus 5 months.
I'm the person that keeps myself going.
But
nobody
versus. Well, no, that's not true. That's like people in your life energize you. They do. They make you feel good. Seeing people makes you. Bro,
I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
What about your son?
My son is the only person.
Okay, well then you can't say no.
Well, because prior to my son, I was my only motivator.
Sure, I'm not talking about before though. I'm talking about now.
Okay, yeah, but
it's hard to even then, bro, because like I think a curse as a parent.
Are you saying? Hold on. You're saying within 5 months, in order for me to get this, in order for me to get my promotion or whatever, that I wouldn't see my son for 5 months?
Just not as much. Like you'll
miss
out on things that he might find really important that you're there for, that you just won't be there for.
Been there.
I get it.
Here's the thing.
You won't always be able to get there, because
but here's the thing:
just not real life.
I won't miss it. I'll be able to do both.
That's
what
but I'm telling you
is.
What do you mean?
Everybody else is eliminated from the equation. It's work and peanut. That's it.
It's like that is
And if I can't make his baseball game, guess what? I can watch it on my phone. If I can't make his graduation, somebody will record it for me. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm getting done what has to be done.
True. I think there's a small like caveat when it comes to the kids on that one, because at the same time, like people say, oh well, like when I made the decision to go travel, they were like, oh well, you're not gonna be able to see your son. I was like, who do you think I'm fucking doing this for? You know, like who do you guys think I'm motherfucker? Like I'll go be a waiter at a fucking restaurant. I like that infinitely more than what I do now. But there is someone who quite literally depends on me. So, you know,
and you can see and that's the thing is, right? If you look at Korpsx and I, you could see the shift and transition from both of our lifestyles. Like it's completely different, right? Like Korpsx is very money oriented now, like extremely money oriented, and make sure that his kids are provided with everything that they need and also happy. Where me, I'm no longer money motivated. I could give a fuck. As long as I make enough to make sure Peanut does whatever he needs to get done, play baseball and have clothes and food or whatever the fuck he needs, all I need is the bare minimum. I care more about seeing him happy. So but before I was extremely money motivated and I didn't give a fuck who I saw. I missed every Memorial Day. I missed every fucking Easter. I missed every fucking 4th of July. I missed every President's Day barbecue. I missed all the beach days. I worked all fucking summer, 6 days a week, 10 to 12-hour days. I didn't give nobody mattered to me.
Mm-hmm. See now, bro, like, and this is kind of what sucks too, because like you try to date, right? Like, and it's kind of like, well, my PTO time is used for my kids. You know what I mean? So doing some PTO and going somewhere with you is kind of like, I don't know, like, you know, like my shit's accounted for. Like I take a week off in November, you know, and I'm going to be there at my son's graduations for every grade. You know, I want to be there every first day. So those are already like 3, 4. I start counting it up. It's like, damn, that's like 6, 7, 8, 9 days. Like there's going to be a couple days I'm gonna have to call out just to be there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to do that for him because that's him, you know, and I think every parent can agree to that. And what makes it hard is you start trying to date somebody and it's just like, nah, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to spend that time with you. I do, but I'm not willing to compromise on that. Like, I just.
Yeah, if it took me this long to stop doing how I was living because I finally had a child, like, you got to be something crazier than a child in order to get me to stop my momentum.
Like now I won't work holidays. I'll do the Saturdays because I'm not doing the fucking holidays. Not fucking doing it. I'm not coming in on my birthday. I'm not coming on my kid's birthday. Not doing it. You can fucking suck my ass with a straw. Not happening, bro. Like,
wait. So just so that I'm clear, D, you would rather take 10 months to get a promotion than 5 months?
Maybe. It really depends because, like,
for the sake of argument,
just answer one.
Yeah, like which one would you prefer? Not prefer. Which one would you ultimately, genuinely, probably choose?
Genuinely?
10 months, you're happier, you get to be around people more often.
Probably.
Would you say the replenishment?
Hold on. Let me stir the pot. Let me stir the pot. Hold on. Let me stir the pot.
Wait, hold on. I just wanted to get to a point real fast. Korpsx, which one are you choosing? 5 months or 10 months?
5.
I think I'm telling you, it's either a father thing or it's a generational thing. It has to be one of those things.
It might be generational, but also, yeah, I always realize this is that like you guys are coming from a different place that I just don't have perspective on and I don't have consideration for and
you probably never will because you'll never kiss your child on the mouth.
I won't. I refuse. Okay, I love them 10% less.
Hey,
okay?
And you know what?
No, just like
I am distasted by you saying I am money oriented.
No,
I'm just kidding.
You are money oriented. Why did you go to Florida? To make more money, right?
To make money for the kiddos, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not saying it as you're like a money monger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying
no.
Yeah, like you're willing to go further lengths than I am for money for your children.
You know what?
Whereas
You
I'm
know what
willing to
happened?
sacrifice more time, like wake up earlier in the morning and drive further in order to make the bare minimum, but I have more time with my son, if that makes sense.
You know what it was, bro, that I think kind of changed me, especially when it came to like how I want to be able to live my life, was when I did start traveling, right? And like I was without family, I was without friends, I was without everybody, just in my dome, right? And it was like, like this company picked me to be out here and work, and I'm in a hotel, kind of chilling. We're getting paid and making money and enjoying ourselves. I was like,
Enjoying ourselves.
enjoying ourselves, bro. Listen. My buddy, shout out No Weezy, my boy No Weezy. I never saw him at the hotel without a beer in his hand. We were working so much, bro, and not doing jack shit. Like, yeah, we'd go to the bar on the weekends, but like other than that, there was no Disneyland we're going to. There's no like these spots where you got to pay all this money like a Cali lifestyle. Like, so we were saving a lot of dough, bro. So there was dudes who were eating fine, fam, like just steaks, and I just remember looking and thinking like, bro, I could really get to a position in life where this is every single day, because I'm meeting people who do this every single day of their fucking life. Like, how do I get from point A to point B? Like, how do I get there? How do I sit in his Crocs? Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be in some Crocs and some 7-inch chinos with my belly out, bro, grilling some steaks with some young fellas. Like, you know what I mean? Telling them how I'm making this bread. You know what, you guys, like, you get me? Like, so now it's not even like I don't need like a job that's paying $300,000-$400,000, but like if I can get stock investments in crypto and the pod and the this and the that to all get to a certain point, then fuck it, I don't even need to work like that. You know what I mean? Like, why am I even gonna hold a job? Like, for what? You know what I mean? But until it gets there, I'm working until it gets there.
until we can lift off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working until
Yeah,
it's
I
lift
want
off,
to.
bro.
I want to hear how you were gonna stir the pot, though.
So, one of us has been in an extensive relationship. So let's just say at this very moment, if you got a call,
haven't we all been in an extensive relationship?
No, but in this very moment, let's just take it from this very moment.
Somebody is still in an extensive relationship.
Yeah, so one of us is in an extensive relationship, right?
We won't point fingers or name names.
We won't say, but right, happily living together, all the nice stuff, right? I hope I didn't say too much with that, but
no, you're good.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. I didn't know. Like, we've talked about that, right? Like,
yeah, we talked about it.
Okay. I'm a little.
I'm interested to hear this question. I'm really excited because normally I'm the one stirring the pot with D, and here we go, Korpsx.
If you got a call from work right now that said, "Hey, you know what? We're going to give you an extra $20,000 a year, right? Okay. But you have to show up. How many days do you get off a week? 2. So let's say every week, right? You're going to give us 1 week you'll give us 7, and then the next week you'll give us 6. And you have to do that for 5 months. But we're going to
7 6 7 6.
Yeah, 7 6 7.
So he gets 2 days off a month for $20,000
for an extra. Let's say an extra 30 bands a year.
But I have to only do this for 5 months. So 2 days off a month.
You have an option of 5 months to 10 months, right? You can either say, "Hey, but you'll get this promotion," right? You can get this promotion, and we can start right now. You can get it in 5 months, or, right, you can just keep working how you're working, and get it in 10. And let's say if you do it in 10,
that's a good question.
Let's say if you do it in 10 though, but let's say you do it in 10 though, and you get half of what you're going to get paid.
So he gets okay. So let me just make sure. So 5 months he has to work 7 6 7 6 every other week. 2 days off a month. He gets 30 racks.
30 racks.
As soon as he completes 5 months. As soon as he completes 5 months, 30
when he
racks.
When he clocks out, it's done. Boom.
I'd
and
probably
then,
do.
or he could do 10 months normal schedule, but he gets 15 racks.
No,
after 10 months.
we'll try again. We'll try again, right? In 10 months, you have to do the same 5 months, right? Let's do it like this. So you could wait 10 months, still do the 5 months of the 6-7 clock, right? And you only get paid $15,000. So it's just a waiting game. You're still doing the same amount of work, but if you wait a little bit longer, you're going to get paid half as much. And if you do it right now, you're going to get paid twice.
Well, no, because in that case, I'm doing the 5 months. But the reason isn't because of any it just mathematically makes more sense. I'll get more time on the back end and as well as more money on the back end.
But first thoughts, Damo for zero himself, you said mathematically this makes sense. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
I think, yeah, because in my situation, in my scenario that I made up, the 10 and 5 months have the same monetary amount, so you don't get paid any differently. So if it was the raise was $50,000, $20,000, whatever it was the same on either end because it's the same position. But now there's a difference in half the money.
Okay, wait. Let me try and do what Korpsx was doing, but make it so that it's equivalent. Because ultimately, the first example was you still get the same promotion, it's just extended time, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, hold on, because he said something right now, and this is going to be this is where I get.
I think I know where you're going.
Oh, you're trying to get him.
Would you say this 10 months spent with her is worth only $15,000?
Wait, say that one more time.
Right, because you said I'll take it right now, right? Because of the time spent.
I'll do the 5 months, yeah.
Right, in 5 months. So you'll sacrifice that. So are you willing to
everything in life is a car deal? That's what he's fucking saying. What he's saying is that extra 5 months
was worth,
which you're only getting 6 additional days each month. So you're saying those 30 days that you get extra with your old lady was worth $15,000.
Are you willing to say that? Is everything in life a car deal?
I guess it sounds like it is.
Everything in life.
If you wanted to put
everything has a price.
Monetary value. I mean, technically, I think the time I spent with my lady is priceless. She's watching right now. Listen,
my man, that's all I was waiting on.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna set you up for that one. Don't worry.
I appreciate that. No, but no, genuinely, like, because I'm also thinking, like time with my family. Like, I have a grandfather who's not doing too well, so I'm like, if I can spend more time with family, yes, my girlfriend, yes, friends, I will be overall more fulfilled and ready to go at new position or at the same position than if I were to just go balls to the wall and God forbid something happens to my grandfather. God forbid somebody has, you know what I mean? And then I'm like,
well, let me ask you
destroyed because I have no support system and I haven't developed anything because I'm here at work 6 days. I got 2 days out of the month that I'm not here.
So let me ask you this.
I like that.
How often do you hang out with your family? A month.
It's been a little bit less, but at least once to twice a month.
Once to twice a month. Okay.
Yeah.
And you said
like in LA and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I know you go up to LA or Anaheim or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I know you always say LA, but it's not fucking.
It's never LA. Yeah, but just for simplicity's sake.
How often? I know how often you hang out with your girlfriend. You fucking live with her. How often do you hang out with your friends? Because you never make time for me.
Whoa.
Don't
that
start.
Was crazy. That
Don't
was
start.
Crazy. We went out just last month.
Don't start.
Okay. How often do you hang out with your friends?
It depends. Sometimes it's once a month. Sometimes it's
on average. How many times do you hang out with your friends?
Probably at least once a month.
Okay, so you hang out once a month with your friends, and you hang out once a month with your family.
Yeah, no, twice a month with my family.
Okay, let's is
my dad like also somebody that we're talking about? Because like my family, I'm talking about like people up north.
No. No.
Okay.
That's like immediate. You can drive on your way home from work and see your dad.
Sure.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your dad is within 10 minutes of you. That doesn't count.
Sure.
Because it's not like you're working 15 hours a day. You're working 8 hours, right?
True.
Gang,
So
12 hours a day.
So now let's eliminate the fact that grandpa is sick, right? Because we don't want to use
Okay.
that as a crutch.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
you'll
That's
hang
just
out.
like,
You're gonna hang out with family more when your family's sick, right? If family wasn't sick, you probably wouldn't hang out with them more. So let's eliminate that one. So you hang out with family once a week, and you hang out with friends or family once a month, and you hang out with friends once a month. You see your girlfriend every day, right?
yeah, but it's like I would say spending time with my girlfriend isn't the same as living with her. Right?
That's
Like,
true.
So okay, wait. So you're off at 2 p.m. What time is she off at?
Same, 2 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna tell me from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. is not enough time to hang out?
Not that we don't. I'm just saying, like, there are times that you're just living with somebody, and then there's times when you're spending time with them.
That's not what I asked you, though. What I asked you was, you're telling me from 2 p.m. when both of you guys clock out to 10 p.m. is not enough time to hang out.
Yes.
They're like,
yes.
At least 3 out of the 5 work days, right? That's not even giving the other 2 days that you have completely off.
What are you saying? Just that I can hang out with her in that time?
Yeah, that's
sure.
That's 8 hours. So you just worked for 8 hours. Now you have an additional 8 hours to do whatever the fuck you want. And work feels really long when it's 8 hours, but the other 8 hours probably doesn't feel that long, right? But it's the same amount of time, same block, right?
Yep.
So just to give an example, based off the 5 months or 10 months, you have the same amount of time to do what you were doing in those 5 months as you did in the 10 months that you'd rather take, but you'd rather take longer because you think it's going to make you happier. You're just not using the 5 months proactively.
Sure. I'm not saying that.
I'm not going based off of Korps's example. I'm going based off of the example that you gave me earlier, right? Hey, you can work and you can get this promotion in 5 months if you really buckle down and get this done, or you could get it in 10 months. Which would you rather do? You said you'd rather take the 10 months, but because you said you're going to be around friends, you're going to replenish, you're going to feel happier, but you're literally working the same hours. You're literally doing the same thing. You rather it take longer.
Yeah, I already have the structure to replenish in that time. I'm sure I could find a way. In my head also, now I know this wasn't specified, but within the 5 months, I'm sure I'm not working the same hours. I'm sure I'm working overtime. No?
I don't know. It was your example. So
say
you are working overtime. How much overtime are you working?
I don't know. This is Korps's example.
No, it was your example. You're the one
5 months?
Yeah, the 5 months or 10 months was your example initially.
Oh, well, I was saying, the initially of like the 12, but I imagine, like overtime.
Okay, so give me the example.
Let's say you're doing like 3 hours a day overtime.
Okay, so you still get 5 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours is still, you can do a lot in 5 hours.
Are we assuming that I'm still here at home? I'm probably back in the office, so that shaves off another hour from here to the office.
Can you choose when you do overtime? Can you choose when you do overtime? Can you work earlier instead of?
No, I'm already at the limit of how early I can get there.
Oh, I'm just asking for the sake of the.
Sure. So let's say I'm at the limit of how early I can get there.
Okay, so now instead of 2, you're off at 5.
Exactly.
Okay, so
you
have to work 3 hours every day.
Yeah, that's what would be required for the.
But if you work 10 hours, or if you did the 10 months, you don't have to work overtime.
No, because I would have a longer period of time to get whatever I need done.
Okay,
that's training what I'm asking. Or whatever. Okay. Yeah, sure.
So you wouldn't sacrifice 3 additional hours a day. You still have 5 hours. What do you and your girlfriend like to do when you hang out? Go to the movies?
Stare at the wall.
Stare at the wall.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah, movies.
Go to the movies.
Hey,
how long is the movie? 2 hours.
Yeah, but
how long is dinner?
Wait, so I get home. Right?
Okay.
I get off at 5. From
Okay.
5 to 6, I'm driving.
Okay.
I get home at 6. I
Mhm.
have 3 hours to do whatever I want. Probably want to shower. I probably want to do just chill for a second.
Well, you have 3 hours to do what you want. How do you figure
because I have
3
to
hours?
go back to sleep at like 9:30.
No, you don't. And let's be real. Let's be
Bro,
okay. So
I was
this-
literally
hold on.
in bed
Let's not
last
get into
night
the
at
specifics. Let's
9:30,
not get
bro.
into the
So, well,
specifics.
wait. Okay, so here's
I'm just saying,
here's-
like,
here's the
that's
next part,
truly
right?
what the
here's
what
the here's the next part, and I'm sure Korpsx will agree with me on this. I'm actually almost 100% positive
I don't agree. I'm just kidding.
that although you work later, you should be willing to give up sleep to continue living and continue to make yourself happy. And if hanging out with your girlfriend a little bit longer and you go to sleep an hour later,
no.
are you fucking serious? So
Bro,
let me ask you.
listen,
hold on.
listen,
Let me ask you a
I
question,
have, I
Korpsx.
have, and
So
I
you haven't
do.
sacrificed sleep.
I have.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing to do. That'll fuck you up so much more in the long term.
I can't base
It's
my
not long
decision
term.
on.
It's 5 months.
I can't base my decisions on I'm willing to sacrifice sleep. Like I don't know, maybe because it's definitely different in my profession.
That's
You-
No, but
yeah, you
overall-
work a
over-
physical
It's
job.
instrumentally
No, but
different.
overall,
like, you know what I mean?
overall, sleeping is super detrimental to your health.
So wait.
Yeah.
Are you on the? But you're on the mindset that you need 8 hours of sleep, correct?
I think you need 8 hours of sleep.
You don't.
Oh no
You really
no! I'm like 5 hours, maybe
Yeah,
4.
5
I mean, like
hours
what
is
you
enough
think
sleep.
you need, and what like science has basically said we need. And now, whether that be for split up, I don't really know. However, like whatever circadian rhythm really works for you, but like whatever.
Circadian rhythm, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, so you're not. So
What
you're
a
not.
word,
So
dude.
what you're saying is you're not willing to take 7 hours of sleep to extend your time with your girlfriend?
I would be lying if I said that I'm not willing to sacrifice some sort of sleep. But
Because I'll tell you. Because I'll tell
try
you this.
not to.
I know for a fact. I know this for a fact.
Like I'm
about to call you out
sacrificing
right now.
sleep right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that for a fact. When you get off the pod, you stay on your phone for at least 30 minutes. I know that for a fact. You know how I know that for a fact? Because we've sent each
You
other
sending
Instagram memes
bro.
back and forth. At least
Listen, I'm
until
not
10:30.
I'm not saying I'm perfect and I fucking lights out at 10 at 9 whatever. All I'm saying is
That's what you're making it
last
sound
night-
like.
But
Your
last
argument
night,
is
bro,
making it sound like that.
no, because I strive to do that. I do. I try to be in bed by 9:30. Does it always happen? Of course not. Because we're not fucking robots who could just turn off. But last night, for example, I was in bed at 9:30 and then I was tossing and turning until 1:30 in the morning. That shit was annoying. I'm not, but I'm just
That's
saying.
that's one night out of how many? That's one night out of how many?
Yeah,
and
but
then what happened?
mentality carried forward. But that mentality covered over a vast period of time is it's just one night. It's just one night. It's just then it's every night.
No, but I'm saying eliminate 1 hour. I'm saying that the tossing and turning, that's gonna happen in your life, but it doesn't happen as often.
It doesn't happen every day. I get
Correct.
And-
But I'm saying you're not willing to sacrifice 1 hour of sleep to get your promotion and still spend time with your girlfriend. Or you don't think 5 hours is enough time to spend with your girlfriend?
No, I
For
think
5
it's
months.
enough time. I think it's fine. I think it's enough time. But realistically, we're
why
not
would-
talking about 5.
so-
We're
so
talking
why
about 3.
Okay, 3. You don't think 3 hours is enough to get the
It's-
promotion that you've been
well,
wanting to get?
Yeah, probably. I said I would do the 5 hours. I would do the 5
That's what
months.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I see
No,
like
you said 10
how.
months at first. That's the only reason I made this argument.
I said 10
No,
months at
but
first.
for my specific
Yeah.
specific example, and I see
Yeah, but
how
he
you're
said
at
5
it.
months because there was a large lump sum. I wanted to take that out of the equation. Let's take the large lump sum out of the
No,
equation.
I'm saying because
a lot of people would
Putch's-
do some strange for
But
change.
in Putch's situation, there's mathematically more incentive to do the 5 months because I literally gain more from it. If I'm getting
Correct.
the
That's why I'm
exact
saying
same
take
amount
that
of
away.
cheddar from both ends, if I'm doing 5 months or 10 months, I'm taking the 10 months.
I just thought that was odd that's where like that's the monetary gain is what is like your like that's your drawing line. Like you know what I mean?
thought
Like
so too.
Mainly because I would say I'm a little bit more money hungry for sure. Like I'm a little bit more money oriented, and I'm trying to figure out like how I can get more money. Is that literally like I'm trying to optimize time to money ratio? Obviously, I feel like we all are all the time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spend the least amount of time doing some shit and get the most amount of money doing it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
let's think of it money wise too, right? Like
A lot of times it's the opposite of that, by the way. So a lot of times you got to spend more money to spend less time.
bro, but think about this,
yeah.
right? People think, oh well, it's only 15,000. I already make, X amount, so another 15 is like a lot. Like, it's like, so I'm just cool with that. And it's like, well, but if you think of it like that is wild. Like, what would if you never got another raise after this? How much money would you have made in difference over 5 years, 3 years?
Yeah, there's
Right?
compound.
The compound of it is insane. So monetarily, I see how you get there, right? But for me, I'm just one for the sake of achieving it. I just rather do it now. Just do it now.
Sure.
Why put off now what put off to later that I could do right now?
Mhm.
Right? And then two, it's like on that one, it's kind of like saying I can not only get it right now, it's promised to me right now, and the financial stability that's going to improve my life. Absolutely, sign me up 3 times, right? Like I'll do this for 90 bands, baby. Like fuck it. And that's just for me.
I'll do a lot for $90,000. I'm just saying,
bro. Because right now, I think, okay, I suffer right now.
Yeah, you said you would go spread eagle for 5.
Listen, okay, let's not get into specifics, okay? There's some stuff I would do for an extra $45,000 in my bank account that I'm accumulating 2.5 years. I would love that. Like, you know what I mean? I would absolutely love that because that 45 bands, 10 of it, bro, we can take 2 months off of work, 3 months off of work and go somewhere and be somewhere and fuck the bills. It's paid. I got all this money right now and I'm still making all this money right now.
What job is going to let you take 2 months off of work?
Bro, there is jobs that offer unlimited PTO.
They say that, but I wonder how like true that is. Could I take a year off?
My
Because
sister
what if
had
everybody tries to take the PTO at the same time?
Yeah.
My sister had
We're
one.
like, we're taking a whole group.
I don't know. Actually, this is not studied at all or anything. I heard this on a fucking Gary Vee video, so I don't know how exactly.
I fucking love Gary Vee.
Gary Vee's cool sometimes, but like, yeah, sometimes I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you even talking about right now? Garage sales are cool, but like,
he don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
People want to go to garage sales and they think they're hustling, but they're not. It's like, dude, Gary, bro, you gotta slow down.
That was good.
Jets.
That was like
my daughter say fuck. Like, why can't she? That's how she expresses herself. Like, I'm like, shut the fuck up, Gary.
That was a good Gary Vee and Nardwuar combination impression.
I fucking love Nardwuar, bro.
Are you Tyler the Creator?
Oh, real fast. Did you guys see that dude? I don't remember what rapper it was, but he gave Nardwuar a rep, like he was trying to give of his mom, bro.
Yeah,
like he gave him a book that had pictures of his mom, and I thought Nardwuar was gonna like break character and start crying, but he stayed in fucking character.
Yeah, bro, I would have cried.
That shit. My favorite Nardwuar, just for anybody that doesn't know who Nardwuar is, I would say the perfect introduction for Nardwuar is look up Nardwuar versus NERD. It's him and Pharrell Williams, and Pharrell Williams walks into that interview like he doesn't want anything to do with it, and then he's given like all this crazy shit, and he's like, "This is the most impressive interview I've ever done in my life." And it was fucking amazing. I love that interview. If you never watched it,
he goes, "How? Wait, how? How you know?"
Wait, I need you to send me that interview. I like Nardwuar. He's cool.
He's the best, bro. I've been watching him for years.
He's
Nardwuar. Nardwuar.
He's like, we have to know.
Yeah. You're ASAP Rocky. We
Yeah.
have to know these things.
And then the way he like flings the fucking microphone right in front of their face. It's like inches. The one with Lil Wayne is funny too. He's like, Lil Wayne, what do you like to eat? Do you ever eat like alligator and stuff since you're from New Orleans? He's like, no, I don't eat any of that shit. He's like, well, what do you like to eat, Lil Wayne? He's like, pussy.
Oh my god. No, I mean, hey, listen, I don't mean to stir it up too crazy. And I knew it was going to get fucking Cisco riled, but it was like, it's just, I just have. It's hard, bro. Like, and I hate it because I know I'm a detriment to people. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm a detriment to some of my friendships and my family and X, Y, and Z. But it's like, I know my mom goes to sleep better at night, because I make the sacrifices to not be there. You know what I mean? Like I know my pops can rest in peace. So like I got it. Like I got this. Like you don't have to worry. Like you know what I mean?
See,
Elijah
that's
won't.
the thing, Corpse, is that you're not like the people that you think that you're a detriment to aren't the people that you need around. Like that's how I truly view it. Because if somebody really knows who you are and how you are as a person, they're not gonna be like, oh, well, there's Putch again, fucking ditching us for work or ditching us for his kid. You know what I mean? Like people are like, nah, Putch is out here fucking grinding. He went to another fucking beast camp. You know what I mean? Like that's why D and I didn't even bat an eye. Yo, you need to change the day. Okay, what day? We weren't even like, for what? What are you doing? They were like, okay, what day do you need to change to? You cool with Monday or Wednesday?
Yeah.
Because we're not questioning your motives. We're not questioning what you got going on because we know that you stand on business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, oh, I got beast camp shit. Okay, cool. We know how serious you are in your dance shit. So go dance, bro. You know what I mean? No, real friends are never gonna hold you back from what the fuck you're doing, from what the fuck you truly want to do, and nobody's gonna, throw dirt on your name, and you're not gonna be a detriment to somebody or a nuisance or a burden to people that really know who you are. And if I ever feel that way, like, oh fuck, I think what's his face thinks that I'm a burden. What's his face probably shouldn't be around.
That's a fair fact, and I'm just, I don't know, like,
fuck him.
But I know is
hey D, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Well, I mean, I mean, my hopes, bro, is I can celebrate with my peoples when I'm 40. You know what I mean? Like, and they can come to my house for Christmas. You know what I mean?
I hope
and
make it to 40, dog. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And at 40, bro, we'll tap in, and it's like, y'all can come stay at the big house. You know what I mean? Like Putch has got the house with all the rooms. We can all stay there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna have one huge Christmas tree and Christmas trees for all the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
damn,
that's
Christmas
the way.
Trees for all the kids. Holy shit!
Fuck yeah, boy! Let me tell you.
Oh my god!
I was
each
this
Christmas
close.
tree has their own presents under it.
I've never had my own Christmas tree,
bro. I was this close to getting Elijah his own Christmas tree, bro. I was
That's fire.
this fucking close,
That's
bro.
fire.
But he wanted like a certain toy, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, like for me to be safe with my money, I'm gonna just get this crazy toy for him, and we're just gonna deck out the tree, like, you know what I mean? But
That's fire. Yeah.
but that's the wave I'm on, bro, because that's the type of shit I wanted from my dad, and I never got it. You know what I mean? Spoiled, call me whatever you want. You know what I mean? I can aim for that at least. You know what I mean? I need to, and I just want to. Well, you guys know we've talked about it. Like, friends and people I want around me are going to be the people who boost that up. You know what I mean? And like, save, and you guys know I got it for you too. Like, anything that you guys do or whatever, I want to boost it up. Like, I want to tell you, encourage you to go chase it, go do that. Like, you know what I mean? And so the people around me got to be able to reciprocate that too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is, like, my people around me, even today, bro, they were getting on my ass. They're like, this motherfucker needs to start streaming again. And I'm like, in my head, like, I can't fucking stream during the day because the sunlight comes through here. But they're like, figure it out. Just figure it out. Stop making fucking excuses and just do it.
Gang.
You know what I mean? Same thing with fucking D. His motherfucker stopped posting tech videos.
I know. I need to get back on it.
I'm over here watching videos about I don't look like Aiden Ross and fucking my PS4 sounds like a fucking jet engine. And I'm like, I want to know about the new iOS 18, D. Tell me more about the new iOS 18.
Yo,
I want to know
iOS
about
18 is gonna be sick. Oh my god, I recorded.
See how hype he is? See how hype he is?
I recorded all that shit, and I wanted to break it down. Yeah,
he threw his whole head back. He's like,
you know what I mean? Because he doesn't think there's enough time in the day. That's why he doesn't do it.
No, I don't. I don't allot my time correctly. You're right. I know. I know you're right. I need to make a schedule, stick to it, and be good at it. With content
it's
involved.
That damn girl. He's spending too much time with that girl.
Them girls is for what is it, Bobby Boucher? That girl's the devil.
That girl is the devil. Bobby.
Devil Bobby Boucher.
Mama said she the devil. And Vicky Valancourt showed me her titties, and I liked them.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you never watched Waterboy. You never watched Waterboy.
No.
Bro.
Okay. Couple shows, guys. Couple shows I've been watching. I know I said I would watch Airbender. It's next on my list. I promise you.
Oh my god, I
promise you. I watched the new episode of House of the Dragons. fucking fire.
I haven't watched. I haven't
My
watched.
girl-
Started watching Game of Thrones again.
Oh, no.
And I watched a show called Supercell.
Oh, how is that? I looked that up. What is that? It's
Like
whatever.
a 6 out of 10.
It's on
But-
Netflix, no?
Yeah, but here's what I real quick before we get off, because I know Corpse, you've seen Game of Thrones, right?
Yes,
And
several times.
you've watched some. Oh, you never watched.
I
Game of
watched the
Thrones?
beginning of it, bro. It's so. Listen,
Okay,
maybe I need to give it another shot, get into it a little bit more. But
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this, Corpse, since you've watched it, because I was having a conversation with some buddies yesterday. Would you say that King Joffrey is the most hated television character of all time? Television character.
Most hated live action television character.
I didn't even say live action. I'm just saying
Just
television.
television character of all time, most hated.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of a better one.
Mojo
He's
Jojo
up.
from Powerpuff Girls.
You're such a troll. I like Mojo Jojo.
You know who I would say that we all hated, who grew up with him, was old boy from Recess, the yard snitch. What was old boy's name?
I did not grow
Yeah,
up
the
with this.
fucking that dude, that fucking motherfucker. Him,
Randall. His name was Randall.
Randall, yeah, because he reminded me
Randall
of the
the
dude
rat.
from. He reminded me of the dude from Monsters Inc.
King Joffrey, my goat. Oh shit.
King Joffrey might be the most hated person in television, bro. Like,
You know what's funny is I actually looked up a
Supposedly there was a survey that was done.
oh yeah, I think he's the number one, but I looked up a list because I was watching Game of Thrones and
what list do you got,
fucking
Zero?
I hate Joffrey.
Wait, what happened?
What list do you got in front of you?
Oh no, I don't have one, but it's Crystal Waters had commented saying that apparently there was a survey that was done and he was number one.
Yeah, so I pulled up a list of top hated, like most hated TV characters of all time, and in the top 10, I think 5 or 6 of them were all from Game of Thrones.
Okay, check. So I have from Reddit. Oh, you guys want me to read off Reddit?
Nah,
So I have
use a
Reddit.
different source. Reddit is fucking a bunch of cum mongrels just fucking.
Whoa,
No,
Reddit
I-
is sick.
I know, I
like
love
this
Reddit.
one.
It helps-
I like this
helps-
one because
man.
I do think hated, and now hatred works a few different ways, right? I
Sure.
think I was saying Janice Soprano, where I was thinking Janice, I was thinking Lydia
Janice
Soprano
Liv
Yes.
is the number one hated from The Sopranos, I would say.
is the mom, right?
Yeah, the mom.
Janice, I hated Janice the daughter just for who she was. Just the way that she acted, the way she behaved, the way that Tony had to save her all the fucking time. Like
No,
that
the
shit-
mom was a fucking.
the mom was a bitch. The only other person I probably would have put, right? I'll put Joffrey over them, but I love The Sopranos, I think, more than Game of Thrones, and that's why those characters stick
Wow.
out a little more. I
That's
do.
huge.
I do. I think The Sopranos is the greatest show ever made.
Ooh, that's saying a lot. Sopranos is a great show, though.
Yeah.
Also, a show that D's never watched.
I've never
Ramsay
seen either of
Bolt-
these.
the Ramsay Bolton character from Game of Thrones.
Oh, he's about to get introduced where I'm at right now, bro.
I think I would put him above Joffrey. Joffrey
Really?
pissed me off because he was a kid. He was a child.
Bro,
And he was making man decisions, right?
No,
and
he
doing
did.
manly things.
Yeah.
Ramsay was just a fucking psychopath who did fucked up shit. Like, you know what I mean? And did
He's
fucked up shit to the
sick and
characters.
demented. I cannot
He
wait.
was
He's about to
sick.
get introduced in the next episode that I'm on.
The flayed man. So like he pissed
Yeah,
in.
Fucking wait, dog. Because I'm
It
right
was-
now. I'm where young Greyjoy went back to go see his pops, and he's like
Mhm.
torn between going back with the Starks or going with the Greyjoys.
In a
And
great
he
joy.
got like rebaptized again. That's where I'm at right now. That's the episode I just watched.
That which is dead may never die. Right? That which is dead may never die. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that, bro. It's such a
telling you,
good show.
bro. Game of Thrones is like watching it again just makes me realize that why it's such a fucking good show, because you just see all the shit happening and like the whole Game of Thrones popping off, and everybody now, like one person dies, and then everything just goes like it just comes undone, and it's fucking crazy.
It was one season and maybe like 2 episodes away from being the best thing I've ever witnessed with my own 2 eyeballs, like cinematically. Like, you know what I mean? Like from beginning to end, the best like thing, but a solid season and maybe an episode or 2 here and there. Like, what the?
If you can
fuck is
at least make it until the dragons are grown,
this?
then you're like you're about to be in the pocket, bro. Like you're about to be in the muck of things. And
So wait,
You know what I
would you
mean?
say Game of Thrones is just a lot of setup and then it's like midway through, because what is
No.
it, 10 seasons?
No. It's 9 seasons or 8 seasons, 8 or
9
9
seasons?
seasons.
What
But
is
no.
at what point
There is a lot of setup, but
glazing the show? All right.
I don't give a fuck
That's
if I'm
what-
glazing the show. It's so fucking good. But here's the thing: it's like setup, something happens. More setup, you got to remember what happened over here. Something happens. It's like it's the intermingling of how everything happens and who it's happening to, and because something happened over here to this person, now there's repercussions over here, which these repercussions now cause something over here to happen, and because there's no bring, hey, these guys are on their way. Like it's like ravens can be interfered or words can be misconstrued, and it's just like it's just such a good show. It's good because it's a psychological game.
Like the
And you can
first
watch it
5, the events within the first like 2 episodes, like later, like, and it's amazing writing, you know what I mean? But later set up certain actions and also resemble certain fucking functions of what was going on, right?
Mhm.
And then there's like an assassination attempt, right? And then that assassin is connected to one person who way later down the road shit happens, and it's like, holy fuck, like ho.
The assassination from episode 5, like the assassination attempt from episode 5, doesn't get revisited, and you tend to forget about it until it comes all the way back in season 7, and you're like, holy fuck, all of this just happened within 7 seasons because this fucker was the one who tried to assassinate this fucker back in season 1. Like, holy shit. And that's like it's fucking amazing, bro. It's absolutely amazing. 'Cause you never, and here's the thing is, like, you can't, as soon as you start to love a character, like you can't.
They let you down.
Something happens.
They let you down.
They're gonna
They let you
die.
down, dog.
They're not being what they're, what you didn't think that they were gonna be. Yeah, it's
Yeah, motherfuckers getting their heads cut off because it's like, God damn. I'm like,
yeah, people are
holy-
finding out certain things, and then they're not supposed to find out certain things, and so like, bro, now you fucked with the wrong people. You thought you were doing good, but head off, bro.
I would put Jaime Lannister's from Game of Thrones. I would put him in the conversation of greatest character development of all time. Like
I think Tyrion was better. He's my favorite character of all time.
of character development and who they developed into.
Absolutely, bro.
Lannister.
How do you go? Jamie Lannister turned into a bitch, bro. Let's fucking be real.
It's all good.
He turned into a bitch.
But it,
At
well, I don't want to
least
say too much. I don't want
Tyrion-
to say too much if you
Okay,
will.
but at least Tyrion went from a fucking drunk midget fucking whores to one of the greatest people that could have ever been on that show.
I haven't seen the show, but
And the
I just
most
wanna say-
intellectual. And then let's not talk about fucking Daenerys's hand, the girl from
Oh
wherever.
Asanya. Yeah, Asanya.
I don't fucking remember her name, but she was fucking. She was scrumptious.
Nasanya.
Scrumptious is crazy. Yeah.
Well, I would.
And
say,
then what happens? What happens to her? I cried, bro.
I would say Tyrion has a cool like rise. Like his character definitely is a character when it's like if you just give somebody a shot, bro, like they could surprise you. Right, and like these surprises.
Eris says it best, right? Even a little man can cast a large shadow.
Right, I loved that, bro.
Yo,
I
that's
loved
some
that.
good shit.
Okay, because hold on,
I'm saying, bro.
hold on.
the
Tyrion
poetry-
Lannister. Tyrion Lannister is a midget.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
okay.
much
I
know,
didn't know
'cause
if you knew that.
I've seen episode like up to episode 2 or 3. And I was like, this is
Hasn't your
boring
old
as
lady
fuck.
watched it?
Okay.
Yeah, she loves the show. She's watching House of Dragons.
I've
How
watched
does
it
she like
3
the last
times.
episode, bro? The last episode. Oh, Korpsx.
She was telling me
I haven't
about.
watched it yet. I haven't watched it.
Oh,
yet.
never
I
mind.
haven't
Okay,
watched
no.
it.
She was telling me
I
about
haven't
it,
watched
but it sounds
Bro, it's
interesting. It's interesting, but it's just like, damn, this shit is so boring to me. The old timey shit and like.
But you gotta really listen to it because
I
they
know,
be saying
yeah,
some slick
they be
shit,
saying
bro.
some
They got
shit.
bars, like bar. Like I
Yeah,
just
bro,
said,
that
bro,
small-
even a tiny man can cast
Can
a
cast the
large.
large.
Bro, see, that's why I like Sopranos. This is why I put Sopranos above it. One, it's just more realistic. These type of things actually happened. You know what I mean? And the one thing that I liked about them so much was they never got out of the pocket of being a mafia family, right? Where like Sons of Anarchy is just they end up, dealing with the cartel. And before it was a biker gang versus another biker gang, and you have these beefs, and there's this other crew, and it just got way out of control, right? Like for me personally, and because Sons of Anarchy is in my top 5 too. Sopranos though stayed in the pocket, and it was just relevant to like right now, or like I don't want to even say right now, but like it's not like Dungeons and Dragons and the fantasy, but like them in Game of Thrones, there's so much intricate dealings with each character, and Sopranos is underlining rules of how each character is supposed to behave is something I just think I can follow a little more.
Yeah, but
Right.
there's underlying rules of how they're supposed to behave in Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, but then when you think like, but when you think of like, oh, the houses are so separate, right? Like you have these 5 houses, these 6, like all these, right? The 7 kingdoms, right? Where in Sopranos, you maybe have 2 or 3 families that are involved, right?
I got
And
you.
they themselves behave all a part of a certain code. You know what
And
I
less
mean?
to follow. What you're saying is less to follow too.
It's a little more cohesive, right? And there's less like the intricate dealings of them is still there, but it's helping. I don't even know how, like it's not a larger net over a smaller bit of fish. You know what I'm saying? Where I kind of feel like that with Game of Thrones, where this one it's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a large net, or what would it be to make it sound more tight or whatever? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's more cohesive.
Yeah, with like a small.
Like yeah, I'm catching more what's going on because there's just so. I don't know.
Watch Game of Thrones, D. Like
Yes, please.
Power through it.
Watch Sopranos afterwards.
How long do I gotta watch to be like, all right, you're in the pocket now?
At least 2 seasons.
The Red Wedding.
Okay.
Red Wedding.
Okay.
The
Red Wedding. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what episode the Red Wedding is. I think it's
Season 3.
No, I think it's season 2, isn't it?
No, it's either season 3 or it's season 5. It's not season 5.
No, it's not that
Way
far.
too far along. It's season 3.
Let me see here.
I want to say season 3, episode 5. No, episode
8.
I'm gonna say 3. Season 3, episode 3.
Okay.
It's not even season 3.
What is it? 4.
Where
4,
the fuck
7.
is it? It's not
Wait,
4
what
either.
episode are you guys talking about?
The Red Wedding.
What?
Where the fuck is it at?
Is the Red Wedding in?
Game of Thrones.
June. What?
Isn't it called The Red Wedding?
No, it's called The Reigns of Castamare. It's season 3, episode 9.
Episode 9. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. You got to watch until season 3, episode 9.
And that is when you see kind of
It's only 19 episodes, bro. That's not a lot.
Isn't that like 19 hours?
But there's so much that happens in that 19 hours. Like lots of titties,
Keep going.
lots of dicks.
All right, you lost me, dog. You
a lot
lost
of
me there.
dick.
No. There's, I will say, at least like 50 beheadings.
All right, I'm back in. I'm in. You got me. Dude.
You'll
I'm back.
probably a couple people get their cocks cut off.
Oh,
You
this is
lost
amazing.
me. You
No,
lost me a little
dude.
bit.
I want to see dicks get chopped off, dude.
Nah, that shit makes me feel weird. Oh, if you see a movie called Maxine, Maxine, I think it's called Maxine. I just saw it. There was a crazy ball scene in there, and it's fucking. Oh my god! It made the whole theater go. Ooh, just like grab your nuts type. Like, God.
Well, what happened? You gotta tell us what happened now.
All right, so basically, this dude was trying to hold this girl at gunpoint. This dude was trying to hold this girl at knife point, really, because he had a knife. And he was like, "There's nowhere to fucking go, dog." And then the girl pulls out a gun. She's like, "Oh yeah, there really is nowhere to go." And so the dude's like, "Oh fuck," puts his hands up, and then she's like, "All right, strip, bitch." And so he gets naked, and then she's like, "Suck my pistol like a dick." It was crazy. I was like, "Damn." And then she's like, "Now get on the fucking floor."
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another show that did that, and it made me like, oh, like, bro, like just metal on your teeth. Okay,
Well,
go ahead.
Not that far. So she's like, "All right, lay like face down." Spoiler to anybody who want to watch this movie. It's a crazy scene, and so he's laying down. Obviously, your balls are kind of out because they're on the floor.
Not mine. Mine are tucked in.
They're just tucked in. They have a little napkin sleeve. Anyway, she's like, I forget what she said. She said something along the lines of like, "Don't fuck with people like this." I don't know. She says some badass one-liner type shit, and then fucking with her heels steps on his balls, and it's so graphic, and it shows the thing like oh god,
It shows his nuts.
yeah, bro. It shows it fucking ripping. Oh, bro.
You know what? I can sit through that. You know why? I've watched the Pain Olympics.
It was crazy. It was so bad.
Korpsx? Hatchet
was
versus
it?
genitals. Anybody know about Hatchet versus genitals?
No.
No.
Hold on.
Remember the pain? Do you ever? Does anybody ever remember the Pain Olympics? There was this dude
No.
that took a hatchet and hacked his fucking nuts, and then his little testicle rolled out, and he fucking chopped that thing up like a little fucking garlic.
It was so bad, bro. It was so bad watching it on screen, and it was like,
why is this how we're ending the podcast? What the fuck is wrong with us?
Bro, no, you guys got to watch the movie
brought
Hard
up the
Candy.
What is it called?
Hard Candy.
Oh, I think
Show
I
shit
did
like
watch
that.
movie.
I don't want to watch movies
What's
like
up,
that.
Cat?
It's with Elliot Page, right? Listen to this. Listen to the first paragraph of the plot. 14-year-old Haley Stark and 32-year-old photographer Jeff Culver engage in a sexually charged, flirtatious online chat. They then meet at a coffee house before going to Jeff's home. When they arrive, Jeff makes them drinks, but Haley refuses by saying she was taught never to take a drink she has not mixed herself. Haley goes to the kitchen and makes them both screwdrivers. As Jeff shows her around his house, she notes the photographs hung on his walls, all of which seem to be of underage, half-clothed girls. Haley asks Jeff to photograph her. He gets out his camera and Haley begins to pose, but before Jeff can take any photos, he loses consciousness. For the movie's insane.
I'm not. Why are we watching a movie about Dr. Disrespect?
Yo,
you said it.
Yeah.
You said the words. You actually
canceled.
said it, you piece of shit.
Thank you for being a bad friend. No. All right. I know D has to wake up early because he has to come into the office tomorrow, which I'm so grateful I get to see him.
I know, me too. I'm excited.
Give him a big
that's
old
so
hug and a
cool.
kiss on the neck. I'm gonna grab his
Oh.
fat ass too.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. Ooh.
This is actually
you-
what happens off.
Okay, I was
no.
about to say. I was about to say, you gonna deny it?
No. Fully.
All right,
accepting
thank you to everybody watching. Thank you guys for our community. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. Mila is extremely happy. She knows that as soon as I start saying this, it's time for me to go hang out with her. Little bitch. No, I'm just playing. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love y'all. Keep smiling. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Well, the usual Tuesday podcast. This is your host, Big Corpse. Yeah. I'm joined always, and I'm so happy to have you guys here with me. I don't know when's the last time I've really said that. I'm so happy to do this with you guys every week. Yeah. Through all the frustrations and trials and tribulations and all the other stuff that rhymes with that. It feels good to be with the guys and talking shit. And we got into like some wild like spin-off conversation. I really don't know how we got there.
It was a good one.
It was good. But I was going through like the different podcasts, like I kind of write down some of my sign-offs and stuff. And recently I was working with this new dude and he said something like really, really, really like simple, but like very powerful, right? And we were talking about like working late and stuff and going home and getting to the kids, right? And he goes, "It's not until it's done is when it's done." And I said, "Okay." Right. And so guys, whatever you guys chase and do, like it's not done until it's done. Right. So keep plugging away at it, keep going at it, keep going. Right. And when it's all said and done, it's all said and done. But don't stop until you get there. Have a good day, week, month, year, life. Until next time.
That was good. Thank you, like Save said, to our community. It's great. I love doing this with you two as well. Korpsx inspired me to just say that because I don't feel like I've said that in a long time, probably. Korpsx has said that probably in less time than I've said it. But thank you. I appreciate both of you. Thanks so much for everybody watching. If you happen to just tune in, or you were here for the whole time, or maybe you're watching on the playback, or maybe you're just here for a minute, an hour, or the whole time, I definitely appreciate you and your time. Thanks so much. Peace.
Peace. Love you, boys.
Later, boys. Love y'all.
Peace.
Bye.